Hey, and we are live.
Good
I
Live with it.
evening.
we're gonna rock on some Joe Levy, my boy I went to school with, grew up with. Next we're gonna be rocking some napalm. So I'm gonna let y'all come on in. Y'all just groove
Yes,
on with us
sir.
right now. Hey, yes, I do have the right to play this music. We have another young man trying to come in right now. Hey, wait a minute. Verse two. Just me. Yeah. Let's bring this down a little bit. Let's get this show started. All right, all right. Napalm, your phone is kind of loud. It's feeding back.
All right, I got you. Hold up.
All right. So, hey, I want to welcome y'all into another Friday of the Doctor of Love, baby. The Doctor of Love. Kind of missed the last 2 weeks because I was in Vegas this last weekend, and the weekend before that, shoot, I don't know. Was that a holiday weekend?
I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
That's
I think that was
inadequate
a
too.
holiday weekend. So we gonna get this show going. But I'm not by myself. First, I want to say, hey, I see you, Cheryl. I see you, Cheryl. I see you, Renee. I see you, Pam. I love you guys. I love you guys. So we're gonna get the show going. Um, First, let me introduce or let her introduce Toshua, the boss lady of the night. She's gonna be telling us or asking us the hard questions. And I told her, I said, "Yo, you can't let us slide. You can't let us slide.
No,
You got to be on there. You got to, if we ain't answering right, you got to make it. You got to get it out of us. So
that's
we
right.
here. Go ahead, Toshua. Tell them who you are, where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Tosh, and I'm the owner of Browse by Tosh. You can find me at browsebytosh.com to book your appointment. I'm in La Mesa. I'm also a social scientist, and I'm here to dissect the science on what's going on in this social world. So, what's going on, y'all? Let's get to it tonight.
Yeah. And I have Napalm. We call him Napalm, Nate Palmer. He's a vocalist. He's also an NFL player. He's kind of dark right now. Oh, he turned the light on. He's in his car driving home from a game. Go ahead, Nate. Come back on and go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nathan Palmer, aka Napalm. Sorry for being tardy. We driving right now, but we gonna get to the crib so I can join in.
Yep. Hey, who you play for?
Man, who didn't I play for? No, I played for the 49ers. I spent some time with the Colts. I spent a little bit of time with the Broncos. That's probably where more people connect with me. It's from my time with the Broncos. And I played for a couple other teams, but notably the Raiders and the Patriots and the
Oh
Bears.
yeah. And this brother's off the chain. This brother can blow. I'm talking about you can catch
Oh,
him in concerts. He does concerts, all kind of stuff. He's also in the NFL Players Choir, one of our lead singers in the NFL Players Choir. He's off the chain. I'm gonna tell y'all got to be watching. Y'all got to be watching out. And now we had another young man enter. What does that say? Reminder: be ready to start the video. Start. Didn't we start? I thought we
I
started
can't.
already.
I don't see it
Okay.
on your page.
Huh?
I don't see it on your page.
You don't?
Nope.
Why isn't why does it say be ready to start? I thought we's already started. Well, somebody's watching it because I got people right here.
My
Private,
phone
somebody's
keeps.
in private. Let me see. Let me check something, you guys.
Okay.
Oh, James said, how do you open his mic? That's on your computer. Say something, James. It's on your computer that's
I'm
stopping the
getting a
mic.
lot of static. I don't know. Y'all getting that same static?
No, we don't hear any static. Okay, somebody said I'm on. My girl says I'm on. All right, that's cool. Thank you. Let me go back to the comments. Let me see who else is there. Renee, Pam, Taylor. You are live. Okay, we are live. I'm
Okay,
watching
so
that
we are.
space. Okay, yeah, we're live. Hey, go ahead, James.
Okay, I see you now.
Introduce yourself. You on, James? I mean, we can see you, but can you hear us?
I can hear y'all.
Yeah, I got you, Nate, but I'm trying to work with James. James, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead and introduce yourself
Can
and
you
tell
hear
them
me?
who
I'm
you
getting a
are.
lot of static. I don't know if you're getting that same static.
We don't have a static. We don't hear it. Can you hear it, Toshua?
I can hear.
No. He said he's has static, but can you hear
No, I
him?
don't hear any static.
Yeah, we don't hear. That's your static. Go ahead, introduce yourself, or you want
I'm
me to
getting it real
introduce you?
bad. It's coming in echo.
Echo, because you got two. You on your computer? Turn your phone off. It's probably coming through you from your phone. That's why I wanted you here early so we can get this together. Turn your phone off, or turn the sound down, or something. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you. We have James Cannon on the line right here, father of Nick Cannon. This man, I went to high school with this man, and oh my goodness, he's been off the chain from day one. I mean, he preaches, he does everything. I mean, everything. Man, he's takes care of our neighborhood. He just are all around 100% good guy. You know what I'm saying? He's man. We want to talk about some things that you're doing around the neighborhood or around the world. You have some books, don't you, or something like that, James? He done clicked off.
James disappeared.
Okay, we're gonna have to
So
come on. Let's
magical.
go. Let's get it going. Let's Tasha,
Yeah,
what is the
yeah.
topic? Let's go. I think we got two topics tonight. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it going.
Okay, we do have two topics. Do I tr- do you trust me to love you is one of them,
Whoa.
and the other topic is juicy. And this topic is I was shocked to discover my friend was marrying the person that they told me to break up with.
Whoa. Which boss lady? You the boss lady tonight? Which one are we starting with?
We're gonna start out with that. I was shocked to discover that my friend is marrying the person that they told me to break up with.
Wow. You know, I've seen this a lot before. I have seen this a lot before. I done seen I done seen women go out with guys or guys go out with women and their homeboys say, nah, they're not the one for you. And
Wow.
they end up being, I promise you, I done seen it. I done seen it. I done seen people that hang out with a married person, right?
Mhm.
Your best friend hang out with him and his wife, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
they split up.
And then they
Then the
together.
best friend is with them. How
No,
crazy is that?
see,
That is, do you think they were watching them or looking at them or paying
oh
attention to them
yeah.
before?
Oh, they
So
had
they've
to.
always had a crush. They always say, keep it. What is it? What's the saying? Keep
You'll
keep
rem-
your friends closer and your
yeah,
enemies closer, or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So man, so do you ever see anybody like that? Hanging around your husband that be with
No, I
you?
don't play those. I don't play those kind of games at all. I don't because I don't do well in those type of situations.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
I,
right,
I don't.
right,
I
right,
don't do well in those type of situations, and I don't even allow them. That way, we don't have to get to that point. If you're gonna find somebody, you're gonna find somebody on your own, not with the assistance of me having a homegirl sitting around all the
right.
time. It's just not happening. That's just not my thing. But some people, are like that in their relationships. They like to have the third wheel, and because this is my friend or this is his
Yeah.
friend, and that just doesn't fare well with me.
Right, 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 right. Well,
Right.
I think men, speaking from my point, I think men are different. Men are
Hmm.
different because when you have your guys, guys are gonna be guys. Guys are gonna try to holler at whoever they want to holler at, whoever they can holler
Hmm.
at. I always tell people it's not on the guy, it's on you being my girl to check him. You know what I'm saying? If you don't check him, that means you're giving him rhythm to be able to
Yeah.
talk to you.
You're
Now,
entertaining it. You're
you're
entertaining it.
entertaining it. Now, if you don't check that brother, if you don't check him, then we can't be together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm gonna sit back because my first thought is, damn, my woman. If ain't nobody trying to holler at my woman, then I ain't gonna be wanting to holler at my woman. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
no,
You know what I'm saying? Then she ugly. You know, if ain't nobody hollering at my woman, then she ain't the one. She ain't the
no,
one.
that is,
So now I sit back and watch because we all see everything. We all see everything. My guy trying to holler at my woman. I'm like, that's cool. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But if she say something to him and then he continues to do it, that's when I step in. You know what I'm saying? That's when I step in. But I'll give you that opportunity to say something first. But if you don't say something, that means you ain't mine. You know, you're not mine.
wow. So what would you do about your friend, your supposedly friend, if he is
Well, first of all, they're not your friends.
right?
I tell folks they're not your friend. They're
Yeah,
associates. Anybody who try to holler at the person you with is not your friend.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're just,
Okay.
and then some guys try to play it like, oh yeah, your girl fine, man. Yeah, I want to get with that, whatever. Okay, she is fine. I already know she's fine because she wouldn't be with me if she wasn't fine. Feel me?
Right,
She
right.
wouldn't be with me if she wasn't fine. But
But how
now,
do you address it?
but now that she told you that she's not interested in you, step off, bruh. Step off back.
But would you still be
Up.
allowing this associate to come around and hang out at the house?
I allow anybody to hang out, but when they start getting disrespectful, I mean, because there's a such thing as being disrespectful, and I have one that's kind of being. I really haven't said nothing to him, but I'm gonna say something to him next time I see him. I'm gonna just say, "Yo, just chill, bruh." She
Oh,
told me.
you have a live situation
Oh,
going.
I have a live situation. Come on, like I said, man, for real. Like I said, if you ain't trying to holler at my girl, then I'm with the wrong girl.
Oh
Real.
man.
I'm with the wrong girl. If ain't
James,
nobody trying to holler for real. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. That
James,
means
what do you got to say about
she's
that?
fine. That means she's fine.
I think if you can hear me, and I appreciate you in the audience. I appreciate being on your show tonight, sir. I appreciate it. I love these type of subjects. These are not my specialty, but I understand them. I would check them brothers, especially if they holler at my woman in my presence. Even if they giving my woman a compliment, I'm gonna let them know, listen, man, with no means of disrespect, but I don't need you to give my woman compliments, man. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I don't need that. I don't need you to give my woman's compliments. And if you do that in my presence, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Thousands of women out there that you can respond to and critique. But if my woman, I don't need you to say, "Oh, Miss Cannon, you sure look nice today," or you
No.
sure smell good, or your perfume. Nah, I'ma check that. Listen, blood, with no means of disrespect, I don't need you to be complimenting my woman,
That's right.
particularly in my presence. Because if you do
Right.
it in my presence, then whatever you're going to do outside of my presence. But if I let you know that's not acceptable, I'm not being disrespectful. We still homies and partners and everything. But I don't need that extra drama. This is my woman. All the compliments she's going to get, I'm going to get them. Give them to her. And if I don't give them to her, I'm holding back for whatever reason, and I'm holding back, I don't need you to step in and give her compliments where I'm purposely letting her know that sweetie beauty is vain.
Right.
I'm looking at your insides and they complimenting your outsides now.
Right.
Well, all your friends telling me I look good. Well, I don't want to have to deal with that. I want your beauty to come from the inside.
Right.
I'm going to compliment you first there. I love your personality. I love the way you handle those people today.
Yeah.
I may never give you those outside compliments. And if my friends see I ain't never giving you the compliments, so they going to step up and give them,
No.
check them.
Check them.
Right. And there's a saying, never let another man make your woman smile.
Yeah.
or she gonna end up being with that dude.
Absolutely.
Okay. So there's a scenario. Okay. James, if I come over and I say, "Ooh, your wife smells good. What's that perfume? Because I would like to buy it for my girl." Is that disrespectful?
You need to go to the Macy's counter and smell the perfumes. Yourself.
No, you do.
Yeah. She
Oh,
asking
okay,
me what she's
okay.
wearing
I'm just
for.
saying because if you see
If
if
I
you
had a
smell
lady
something,
come over to my house and ask me, "Oh, your husband's smelling good. What he's wearing what he's wearing for me."
no, but what if she's saying I want to buy that for my husband, her
No,
husband, or her
no,
boyfriend? That ain't
no.
even
That's not.
cool.
She can go to the Macy's counter. They have testers. Let you can smell the one you like, and then you pick the one you like. Don't like the one I like, because then you're gonna be wanting to smell my husband.
Right. Okay. Pam
Yeah,
says
no.
you should be complimenting your lady. I always compliment mine. So, I mean, I'm full of compliments. I love compliments. I compliment strangers because my life, what I do, I love to see people smile. I love to
Yeah,
see people feel good. That's me.
yeah.
If I don't make 100 people smile a day, then I'm not living. That's
And
a
that's
job.
that's your personality.
That's my
You know, you,
personality.
you have an outgoing personality where you attract people. You know what I mean? You're just you're a people magnet. But
Right.
what we're talking about today is one of your friends telling you, you know what, this person is not good for you, or telling you to break up with the person that you're with, and then you find out later on that they're getting married, the two of them. How would you deal with that?
Man. James, I'm gonna let you answer that because I gave my answer. You know what? Go ahead and answer that. Let me
You
close
know,
this
I
curtain.
I
Somebody's next
think
door with
I,
me. Wait a minute.
I think when you're really looking at relationships and they're really
Uh-huh.
difficult, and if I may have a broken heart, but if they're happy and they together, then I may have to put myself in check. You know, we sometimes, or another situation, you divorce the woman and your partner gets with your woman, and if there was nothing genuinely going on while we together, but we together, and for whatever reason, me and her
Mhm.
fall out, we break up, and you've befriended her, and y'all got a relationship, and somehow y'all end up married. It's tough, but if y'all really happy, and for what if we broke up and it wasn't no craziness in there, and I got to check my heart. Even what we said earlier about the perfume, we don't want to wear our feelings on our shoulders. So I can't say that perfume smells good. What is that? But if I've got a true relationship with you, Steve, I got a true relationship with your family, your woman, and I'm not trying to push up on her. You know my personality.
Right.
I might say, man, that smells good. What is that? Because I'd like to buy it. And if
Right.
you get offended, oh man, I ain't trying to offend you. I really like that
Right.
perfume.
Exactly.
You know me, I ain't trying to push up on her. Or I might say, Steve, what is that she's wearing?
Right.
But we do got to be sensitive to each other's feelings. If I had a friend, me and my woman fall out, we married and we fall out, and they get together, and it really looks like they happy. You wasn't happy with me. Now I can say you
No,
can't go back and get with her, but if there was no hanky panky going on, I'm asking you, was any hanky panky going on while we was together? No.
they ain't gonna tell you.
They
And
ain't
if
gonna tell
y'all
you.
just
They ain't gonna
fell
tell
for
you.
each other, that's my partner. If he gonna be happy with her and y'all gonna be happy, I might have to
Nope.
put my attitude in check.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think that for me, it's off the line. It's crossing the line. If
Yeah.
any of me and my homegirls, whoever I dated, I don't care if I dated them in 10th grade, it's off limits. It's off limits. All that you happy stuff. Like, how long you been happy? You've been happy, watching me with this person, and now you with them. So that's what I would be thinking. For me, I could never date somebody that one of my friends dated. I just couldn't. I
Now,
Right.
couldn't do
if if my if she broke up with my friend and broke his heart, and he over there, his heart broken, oh no, I can't touch that. If his heart is broken and he wants this relationship, but if he's saying, man, we ain't gonna make it, and he steps off, and I say, man, she's a good girl though, man. Oh no, and his heart ain't broken. I I'm not I don't think it's nothing wrong if he takes the leftovers and he makes her happy. If I'm not making her happy, and my
it. Yeah.
heart's not broken. Now, if my heart is still in that thing and you step in that thing yeah, we're gonna have problems, you know. But if my heart is not in it, I'm with me another woman, I'm happy, I'm in a relationship, and y'all get together, that's kind of selfish then, my sister. If you say, well, I dated him in the 10th grade and I got me somebody else and I'm not dating him no more, and your girlfriend is gonna be happy with him.
She better be happy with the rest of these millions of people that's out here. There's a million men out here besides the one that I had.
Exactly.
No, it's a no for me.
Part?
What is it?
Is that selfishness on your part? She's happy.
Call it what you like. What is it on their part? That they might have been sneaking around then.
No, let's say she honestly tells you, no, we wasn't sneaking around honestly, but I love him, girl. I love him. You would not give the blessings. I'm sorry, I'm not giving the blessing.
No.
You got somebody, you happy. You happy. Yeah. You can't bless her?
No. I can't do it.
Hey, Toshua, tell Napalm the topic, because he wasn't on when you said the topic.
Okay, what we're talking about, Napalm, is, let me see. The topic is, if a friend of yours, you were shocked to discover that the friend that was telling you to break up with your woman is now getting married to her or him, because we could be talking to women out there. So one of your friends been telling you to break up with somebody that you're dating, and then you learn later on that they're getting married. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, we're not friends.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now you put those stipulations on there. I missed that stipulations of he was telling me to break up. I missed that.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Hold
on. Yeah, they've been telling you to break up with them. You know how you got people that are like, oh, that I don't know about this one you dating. They're not too good, or they want to bring up old stuff about this person. I know this person was dating this, that, and the other, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of her, and then you learn that they're getting married.
So I've had, now they didn't end up getting married, but I've had a situation where I did have a homie come to me, and you know, I don't really bring too many women that I'm dating around the homies. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, if we really dating, I don't really bring them around. So when I do bring one around, it's normally talked about, joked about, you know, the guys go all in, right? So one time I had a friend that was telling me, and he's like, yo, you know, such and such, I don't think she the girl for you. Exactly. Words, right? You know, him being a older friend of mine, he's a few years older, I often respect what he says out of maybe it's coming from a place of wisdom, right? So, you know, I asked him, I said, why, bro? He was like, man, she just, you know, she a little flirty. You know, I don't know if you want that around. You know, that's not a good look for you. Everything you stand for, I know how you move. I don't think that's a good look, right? So then I'm thinking, all right, bet, cool. Now that seed has been planted.
Right.
So now I'm looking at her in a different light when I'm out. Now I'm sitting back observing her in a way where it's like, dang, my homie might be right. She might be a little flirty. Dang, she might be a little too this, too that. Come to find out, fast forward in the story, make it short. About 7 months later, I get a call from her. She's like, hey, you know, your boy has been out here in Vegas hanging out with me. Whoa, hold on. What you mean hanging out? Yeah, he's kind of acting a little weird. Given that we have history, I'm not sure that he should be like spending as much time with me as. So now it put me in the mind frame of who do I really trust? Because you just told me she's not the girl for me.
Right.
She's calling me, telling me you acting a little weird out here and you pressing on her. So now it's looking like, why she not the girl for me, bro? Because she the girl for you?
Right. He's trying to get you out the picture.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So I've had that ended up happening. And, you know, even to this day, we still cool, but it kind of put a little something in between him and I as well. Because it was like, all right, bro, I heard you, but now I think maybe I misunderstood. Or maybe you just wasn't all the way clear, but you never put in there the part about you might have feelings for.
Right.
You feel me? Don't paint her in a light because you're about to shoot your shot, you know? So I get the issue a little bit now. If they got married, now granted, I understand love happens in different ways. So
Yeah.
if he was to come to me and she comes to me and they're like, look, bro, this wasn't the plan. It just happened. Blah, blah, blah. I probably will have to sit back and bite that bullet and be like, look, this sucks for me. I don't know if I really want to come to the wedding, but I get love happens. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't feel too good about it at all.
Man,
I
you
don't
know
Yeah.
think
what's
I don't
crazy?
think we homies. If you tell me she's not the girl for me, and then y'all end up getting
Right.
married, or guy, whatever
Yeah.
it is, and y'all end up getting married, nah.
Hey,
No.
help me understand this. Okay, say it was me and you, or you and James and me and us three. How do us guys continuously getting along? We still homeboys after that. You know what I'm saying? If that happened to a female, Toshua, you'll cut a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You'll cut your
No,
girl.
no. I advocate for nonviolence. So
No,
I
no,
would
no.
just
Women are different when it comes to that. You know what? We was like, okay, he's still my homeboy. We still cooking. It was a barbecue. Okay, we're going to the barbecue. Guys can go through this kind of stuff. Women,
a lady
y'all
wouldn't go
women
to
will
the
kill it.
party.
I
Man.
don't
Yeah.
know.
It's just-
I don't know. I
I
don't know,
couldn't
bro.
deal with the person anymore. I couldn't be friends with that lady who would do something like that, and him either. I just, I just couldn't deal with it. I don't deal very well with stuff like that, and my friends know how I get down. So they want to try me, then you know,
I'll say
You
I'll
start-
say this too. I feel like
yeah,
on the female aspect of it, when something like that happens, like their trust is betrayed in such a way where we almost expect it from a homie.
yeah,
Like if I bring my girl around, a lot of us gonna look at each other and be like, "Oh, I see you, boy," because you looking
yeah,
at her the same way I
exactly.
probably saw her.
That's what
But
I'm
when
saying.
wow,
when
That's
okay,
just what I'm saying.
but
yeah,
when a female brings a guy around, it's like, "Nah, girl, this the one." You feel me?
yeah,
He the
yeah, you're
guy.
right,
He the
you're right.
so when that trust is betrayed, I definitely get what you're
Mhm.
saying, Steve, on that. But I'll say this: when a man really does have feelings for a woman, and the guy steps in like that, that ruins a friendship for males. We do not come back after that.
Right,
I've seen
right.
Yeah.
females be friends after a while, but I have not seen too many guys when once they get their feelings about a situation. I don't see
Hmm.
too many of them being friends after that.
And
Like
Yeah.
I like what you said when you were saying about women and men are the way that we feel is different.
yeah,
You're right. When women bring men around, and sadly, some women bring too many men around. They think every man is the one. And that's
Right.
because women dream of one day getting married. So I've said this before on the show that 99% of women would have said yes to marry any boyfriend that they had. And some woman out there right now saying, no, I wouldn't have. But what I mean is women look to get married. That's what, we brought up thinking, want to get married, this fairy tale wedding and all this stuff. So it doesn't matter what boyfriend it is. If he would ask his girlfriend to marry him, 99% of the time, women would say yes. Men don't do that. Men don't go around just asking women to marry them. So I always say that women marry the men that they want because they want all of them, and men marry women that they need. And it may not be a financial need or a physical need, but it's something within her that he knows that this is the one, because he can ask any girlfriend to marry him and
Right.
she would say yes, but he's not doing that. So I like what you said about that. The way that we observe relationships or the way that we experience relationships are completely different.
Right.
exactly.
Exactly.
But
And that's what this show's about. Go ahead, James.
Brother Napalm had mentioned, and I agree, that you find love in different places, and
Yeah.
strangely, you could be in with 500 people every day, and you don't have a kinetic attraction to all 500 of those people. You can go for years and years and not find someone that just excites you and turns you on. I think if we have an honest circle of people around us, you have an honest group of girlfriends. I have an honest group of partners. And if one of my partners, and I think it makes a difference too, when we could ask this question, if I've never slept with this girl, but I've dated her. And if one of my partners, for whatever reason, this guy is head over heels over my girl and he likes her. And if he comes to me and be honest, and he say, man, listen, let me be honest. I'm got these feelings, man. I don't know how you really feel about her. Would I give them my blessings? If you didn't like the guy that you date and you really don't care about him and your girlfriend is in love with him, will you give the blessings then? If you love the guy, you're not going to give the blessing. But if he he just crazy about me, I don't care about him, I'm going to introduce him to one of my girlfriends.
That would be
What
different.
if it's somebody that you do like, but for whatever reason, when they came around, they hit it off. They had an attraction. You standing in the way now. Can you get out of the way for their beauty if you've never slept together?
I could possibly entertain that. I could entertain that.
I was about to say, at some point, somebody has to be unselfish within the situation. And with me saying that, I mean, I hear how you're saying, are you willing to stand in the way? But at some point, somebody has to pay attention to my feelings as well. Right? Even though you may be in love with her, it's almost as if I would feel personally, you're discrediting how I feel about her now. That's to say that I'm treating her with the utmost respect. I'm treating her like I do care for her and I like her. Now, if you see me dogging her, I'm not treating her right. And you come to me as a homie and as a man, like, look, bro, you viewing her this way, I actually might love her. Now, we might joke about it because this is something that probably guys don't do. That's a vulnerable place to be.
Right.
But that's the only way I would see it. Because outside of that, I would literally, as a homie, I'll look at you, I'll let you finish and be like, all right, bet. I get you love her. Thanks for telling me. But how do you think I feel about her?
Right.
Because at this point, you telling me what I feel doesn't matter because of your feelings for her.
And when did you get these feelings for her? You know,
right?
When did you get these feelings?
That would be more of a question I would ask, but I would get where you're coming from. Like I said, I see now in my young years that love happens all kinds of ways. You cannot really.
How can I be honest with my partner?
Huh?
If you're my partner and I've got these feelings, do I be honest with you or do I eat my feelings? Do I say, man, I'm in love with your woman, man?
Oh, that's a heavy one.
You know what? To me, I don't know, and call me like super old school. My parents raised me from Southern, principles.
Mm-hmm.
My parents raised me on, you don't look at your friends' companions.
Exactly.
Right.
What I don't care how you feel.
Right.
That's supposed to be
Keep
your boy.
Feelings to yourself.
Keep your feelings to yourself.
Because me and Steve went to elementary school, junior high, high school together, but since college, we haven't flowed together. I've never met your ex-wife or your wife. You never met my ex-wife. If Steve was to run up on my ex-wife and all of a sudden they dating,
that's a good one.
Can I give him my blessings?
Okay, so are you saying that somebody that you were dating, but your friend didn't know that you were dating, and then you later found out they're together? How would you, that's a different scenario.
Me and Steve is tight now. Him and my ex are dating. Do I school him on all the negative? Do I know, or do I just let them do their thing and have peaceful? I know Steve. I love Steve. I love this woman. They together. Can I just give them the blessings and walk away?
I think as a real man, if you being a solid man, you give your blessing and you walk away and you let them have their own relationship. Because one thing I'll say is, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I know y'all have so much more wisdom. Your relationship might be your relationship with that person.
Exactly.
It might not be the same as mine. Right? Because we obviously met at different parts of life. So even though you might be my ex-wife, right? You might have learned something from our relationship, and Steve might have learned something from his prior relationship, us being friends, that now is going to allow you two to have a better relationship than you and I had. Because obviously we didn't work for some reason. This may be the purpose that we didn't work. Is because you two belong together. So I'm not gonna stand in the way of that. Now, if Steve come over and he like, look, man, she keep doing this and keep doing that, and it's
Oh,
really bothering me. And it's something that was bothering me. That's when hey, bro, you know what? I got to keep it real with you. That's something that used to irk me, man. So it looks like she not gonna change on that. It
no,
hasn't changed
you know
for
what?
me.
I. So you mean to tell me no, you know what? I ain't going for none of that. None of it.
You not.
No, hell no. I'm
No.
scared to leave it. No, no. I'm getting worked up thinking about it.
Okay.
Let me look at some of the comments and see what some of the people are saying.
Okay.
So I see my sister Keisha is out here. She said you better hold your feelings to yourself.
Mm.
Cheryl Seaver says it's not worth prison time. Yeah,
Mm.
see, because that it lends itself to violence.
Yeah, it
Pam
does.
Taylor says it's absolutely fine to ask about a fragrance. No harm, no foul. Okay. Gail Hunter says no sharing. I'm with you, Gail. No sharing. No.
But
But
what
see,
if
we
Okay.
but
but see
what
we
if
have
but what if I didn't know that was James's ex-wife?
that's what
And
I'm saying. You get
and we
Oh,
start
okay.
going out and we start going out and we start hitting it off. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
everything
second
was all good.
the second you find out, the
Yeah.
second James finds out, he has to let you know. You can't walk into that blind.
Right. Right.
Yeah. But
I think if y'all
another question for the fellas. Okay, if you were going into the situation like you are and you didn't know, but you start going, you start getting more involved with the young lady. And then you found out that it was James' wife or Nate's wife or Steve's wife. Would you stop? Would you stop? Would you think about stopping if you say,
The
dang,
relationship out of
these,
respect
yeah,
for your
if you,
friends.
no, not out of respect, be like, because some men, it's like, man, I am not messing around with her. I'm not going to marry her because she was sleeping with him. Does that bother you that your girl, somebody, a friend of
I'm
yours slept
guilty.
with your wife?
I'm guilty of that.
You
I'm
sleep with
guilty of that,
wives?
Papa Steve.
Hey,
I'm
I'm gonna just
guilty of
tell
that.
you, man. I'm gonna tell you, me. I could never go out with somebody's
That,
ex-wife, their wife, their sister, their auntie. If I know somebody, I can't go out with you.
so
That's just the way I am.
Wow.
Well, you
I
said
so
just
the auntie,
can't.
you can't go out with the auntie.
Man, I can't go out with nobody. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I would never
right.
even look at your girl. If you bring a girl around, I wouldn't even look at your girl. Your wife, I would never look at your wife. That ain't who I am. I know some of my boys be like, damn, she fine. And I'll be like, man, that's our homeboy. Why you looking at his girl or his wife, man? Or his daughter? I'm like, come on, man. You can't be looking at that. And
Oh no,
some people get mad.
No, no,
daughters
no,
daughters
no.
are off limits.
Yeah,
Daughters
that
are
is
off
off limits.
Yeah.
limits.
I
Daughters
think
are
all of them off
I
limits.
would never date my homie's daughter at all.
Mm-mm. No.
If
Mark,
you
Mark
walk in a
Orchard says,
situation, if you walk in a situation and you find yourself you walking in with the girl that you madly in love with, or you love her, and your partners have dated her, should he tell you? They know, at least one of them know. Should they tell you, listen, man, I used to date her. I used to be in a relationship with her. Not trying to break it up, but is there protocol for me to let my partner know I dated that young lady? Or do I keep it quiet? Me and her know, but you don't never know nothing about it.
no.
Even if you
Uh-uh.
might blow up and get
Let me
upset
know.
or misunderstand it, should I pull you aside and say, listen, man, I dated her. That's it. I just want you to know. Or should I keep it quiet?
I think you should
No,
say something.
yeah,
That
you
was a
gotta say
movie. That was a movie, right? When what's the name used to kiss the old girl on the forehead, women on the forehead. What was the name of that movie? It was Tyler Perry movie, wasn't it? He slept
Oh,
with his
wow.
he slept
Yeah,
with his
yeah, yeah,
homeboy's
yeah.
wife.
Brother. It was the brother's wife, best man. Wasn't that
Best
best
man.
man?
I don't know. It was one of the
Yeah,
movies,
that's what
but it
happened
was
in
just
best.
like that.
Yeah,
It was just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the person should tell, not tell, but should say something, because why are you keeping it a secret? Why would the person want to keep it a secret? Once they do, then the person finds out, then they'll say, why didn't you tell me you used to date her? Or why
Yeah.
didn't you tell me you used to date him? And then it goes into a whole snowball effect, like,
Yeah.
what's
I
going
think
but
on?
like Steve said, he would break it off then once he learned that in your standards, you would break that off, right?
I'll break it off, bro. I just can't
I'm
do it, because
I
it
can't.
it starts getting down, and then you start lying. And when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got to tell them if you went out with them, because say I dated your woman, Now you gonna ask, did you guys sleep together? And if you keep saying no and keep saying no, eventually it's gonna come out. You're gonna meet one of her friends and say, yo, Nate Palm used to go out with her. They used to have
Right.
wild sex in it. I'm like,
Oh God, there you
them
go.
niggas,
The wild.
them niggas told me they never had sex. So once you
But
start
see,
lying, yeah,
but
go ahead.
see, at this point, and I said this to one of my homies, because one of the guys, I'll be real with you. I just, us playing
Ball.
pro ball, a lot of us ran into the same women sometimes. So even though you might be in love, you might find out somebody from a whole nother team know the same girl, probably the
Exactly.
same way you do.
Wow.
The
So
method I go by is I'm gonna be secure with what I do.
Right.
So I don't care what kind of sex y'all had. I don't care what's going on. I'm not even finna go down that road to ask any of
Right.
those questions. I'm just gonna assume.
Right.
To me,
okay.
I rather think the worst, get over it, and
Yeah.
keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they probably used to do some crazy stuff, but as long as she ain't asking for that from
Yeah.
me and she's good with what I do, I
Yeah.
ain't got to trip on what they did.
Right.
Right?
I think the question I would ask immediately if that was brought to my attention is it over? Is
There
it
you go.
is it
That's
out
right.
of your system?
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
a good
And
question.
because if you got it out, if y'all whatever y'all had, even in situations where men have caught or women have caught their husbands cheating, or vice versa, they got a relationship, they got a family, for whatever reason the knucklehead man stepped out, or whatever reason the woman stepped out. Now I found out, or she found out. We can
Mhm.
end the relationship. We become enemies. We could counsel our 15, 16 years together because, or I could say, listen, I love you. Is it over? Is it
That's it.
out your system? Whatever you went and did. Now I'm talking about when you in a relationship with somebody and they step out and it's revealed to you, you can go plumb crazy, or you can look into the reason you love this person and you still love them and you willing to keep them if it's over, and we willing to go counsel, or we really willing to make this better. But if you still saying, nah, it ain't over, I still got feelings for him.
Chances are they're not going to tell you if they still have feelings because they didn't tell you in the
They're
first
not.
place. They
Yeah.
snuck out. So now they're trying to save their skin by saying, "Oh, it's over. I'm done." You should have never got started.
There's
But I
a
understand
couple
what
of
you're saying.
questions. But
Also, I learned the hard way too. You can also plant a seed
Yeah.
that you don't even know by asking those questions, because
yeah.
sometimes they may not even be thinking that,
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Right. And
and
there's questions.
you could cause them to now ask that question to themselves, like, damn, I ain't even think about that. Is it
So now
over?
you're
Yeah.
subconsciously bringing up some
Right.
emotions.
Right.
Some emotions. That's why I said I'm gonna assume the worst, and I'm gonna let y'all unfold how y'all want to. But now I'm just watching. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Wow.
observe. I know what it is. I I think a question that I would ask too, to piggyback off the question you asked, is it going to be a problem with you two being in the same area and all of us being occupying the same space?
Right.
Is there going to be an
Mm.
issue? Because if there is going to be an issue, then we might all have to come together to figure out if this is over with or not. I think that's when I'm gonna ask if it's over with. If it
No.
ain't no issue with us being in this occupying the same space, then cool. As long as bro got respect for what we got going
Right.
on
Right.
and we
Right.
good, cool. But the second it get a little too this ain't what this supposed to be, or I'm not abreast of something, cool. I'll say this. Now, I'm gonna ask the women out there, is it wrong? And I might shoot myself in the foot, Pop Steve.
Go ahead. Say it, bro.
Is it wrong for a man? I'll just give y'all an example. Put it this way. I dated a woman. I met a girl from social media. She's
Mm.
a Instagram model, if you want, right? I do music, so I was pretty much trying to cast her in a video. Well, we hit it off on the video set. We
Mm.
ended up dating for like off and on for about 2 years before I found out that she's also the girl that dated one of my ex teammates. And this is pro teammate.
Oh,
So it got to the point where we were really madly in love. We were very deep in love, but it became, do we take the next step in commitment as far as marriage?
mm. So
Or
it got
do
serious.
we, yeah, it was serious,
It was
right?
serious.
Or like we had time, it had been off and on, but it was like, look, we playing around or are we gonna do this? Because it's obvious we love each other, right? It got
Right.
to
Mhm.
that point where I was considering it, but it literally came down to she dated the old teammate and she knew another one of my best friends that we didn't know from different cities. This is a
Wow.
guy I've been close with. I'm talking about we used to live together. They ended up living in another city and knew each other. So it came down time for her to marry me. And I was like, I don't know.
Yes.
You said
Hey,
it came down time for her to marry you. Did you give her the ring?
no, I was getting ready to look for rings, but me talking about it with
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
another guy. Now, I mind you, this separate from the teammate. So I'm confiding in one of my friends who I think doesn't know her.
Oh,
I'm like, yo,
Tasha.
bro, I'm thinking about, I know you haven't really met my new girl or whatever,
oh, he met
but
her all right. He met her.
Right.
right,
Hey.
he didn't,
Yeah.
but I mind you, we really didn't know because me and him really this tight. Like we talk
Oh,
about
wow.
probably everything, right? But it been a space and time where he's living on this side of the country, I'm living on this side. So we're not talking as much as we used to, and we're not as in depth as we used to be. But in me coming back to visit, I get
It
there and I'm
came
telling
out.
him, he's like, man, we catching up, what's going on in your life? Said, man, bro, I'm thinking about getting married. Oh, for real?
Who
Man,
is that?
tell me
Yeah.
about it.
Hey,
Right? Like, man,
remind me
she's
of
an
who?
amazing girl. She's cool. Okay,
Uh,
bet. Him knowing me, he's like, all
yeah.
right, what's your problem? What's the issue? Why you hesitant, bro? All right, man. This is her stilo. She used to date this player on this team while we was teammates, but I didn't even know her. I never saw her, met her, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Man, she sound cool. Hold up, what she look like? Now I
They
show you the
showed the
picture.
picture.
You go, bro, hold up. No, this can't be. Dog, I know her. Listen, I'm not even trying to be funny.
Right.
But when I was living here and she was living here, we kind of had a little thing. It was a quick thing though. Not we wasn't serious or
Not
nothing. So
serious.
now I'm
Okay.
like, dang, shorty.
So
She with everybody, bruh.
yeah, she's
Hey,
moving around.
that's like Usher and R. Kelly. Same girl.
Right.
Same girl.
To where
Same girl.
now,
Oh,
now, now she's looking at me as if she's ready to take the next step. But now I'm folding back. I'm pulling back on how I react to her, how we talk, how much we talk. And now it's like the even one of the friends is like, no, don't do the marriage. And the one that's like, yo, I've been with her is literally telling me, like, nah, bro, to be honest with you, she not a bad girl. I don't think she one of those girls. I just think
it
she
happened
kind
that
of,
way.
I think
She knows
she's
what she
kind of the
likes.
girl. I think she's a popular girl that if you are a guy of our
Statue.
standard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
statue or whatever, like
It's-
you'll probably run into her. There's a reason why we all probably running her because she does
So
this,
she's
this,
choosing
this.
up
She
the
runs in
type
our
of guys that
circle.
she wants. She's in the same
She runs in
circle,
our circle.
She
Yep.
almost like a
she
groupie.
so not even on the groupie, but as if like, okay, put it this way. Me and this guy are working with the same PR company. She's working for the PR company.
Oh, I
Even though
see.
she's not
Okay.
a even though she's not a groupie, but they met at
But that's kind of like a form of a groupie. She knows who she's getting in, she knows whose company she's keeping. She's not keeping
so
the janitor's company.
you feel me?
Right.
So now that I'm peeping this, I'm like, yeah, I can't marry you. Cause I'm not gonna lie, he gotta come to the wedding, but I'm not gonna feel comfortable standing up there giving you
Right.
my
Right.
vows. No,
Right.
knowing
Right.
knowing me and him are very similar in how we act with women. So
Wow.
therefore, I'm gonna
You
know
know the
everything.
difference.
I don't
Yeah.
even have to ask him how
You
y'all
already
were
know.
if he's telling me this was a quick thing, I know what it was.
Yeah.
I
You
know
know,
how
I
he
can look at
moved.
the comments. Mark Forte says none of that. Men know the rules. He also says keeping it G. If the woman chooses up, that's what it is, and your feelings have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Nah.
And that and that's one of my friends said. He was like, bro, she chose you. Just
Well,
everybody
she
else got
chose.
to deal with
Well, she's choosing whoever. Whoever ready
Chose,
to put that
hey,
ring
she
on.
chose
She's
you because
choosing.
the other
She's
one
choosing
wasn't
you.
gonna marry her.
Right. It's not Mr. Right. It's Mr. Right now,
Hey,
and
but the
you is
thing
Mr.
is,
Right now.
I got a question. Who's more petty, us men or women?
What was the
Because
question?
women.
who is more petty, men or women? Because it seems
Women.
like when it comes to us men, we can't deal with what you women can deal with. You know what I'm saying? It's petty that yeah, I'm in love with her, but damn, you done slept with Napalm and Jane Cannon. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't do that. And that's the
Women.
love of my life.
Women
Uh,
petty.
Women are more petty. Women are more
Women
petty.
more petty, bro.
Okay.
no, women got some get back. That's what that is. Is I think that women like to keep it abreast. We like to keep it on the level and let you know exactly how we feel. And the problem is, I'm not sure if men necessarily feel the exact same way that women feel. Women can feel like, oh, we're
They don't.
dating and this is serious, and men can feel like, you know what, we're going out, we're just having a good time. So
Hey,
I
do
think
you
we
know
look
your
at it
line? You know women's line? Women's line are do you love her? That's what you guys had. Do you love her? Did you
right.
love her?
Is there an emotional attachment to it?
Yes. Do you love her? That's y'all's line. The men's line is was he good? Was he good in bed? Was he better than me? Yeah.
So it's physical. It's all
It's a
physical in
physical
the in
thing.
the, in the
Yeah.
men's
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
And
Because
women is
because men
emotional.
because men are women are nurturers and
Yes,
men are conquerors.
yes.
Let
So
me let me get,
therefore when most men want something, we go after it just to say that we could get it. A lot
Mm,
of women, a lot of women are nurturers. They see
yeah,
something in the things that they want to go after. They like it, then they go after it. Men, we might not even see something at first, but if all the rest of the men in the building say we want that girl over there in the corner, it
they got to get
becomes
to it
a
first.
it becomes all right, I see what they want. I
Right.
bet I could get her. Even if I'm gonna sit back and let y'all do what y'all want in my head, I can get her. And if I want her,
Wow.
I'm gonna take her from y'all.
So
Where
it's a challenge.
a woman is like, if that's the guy, if he the right one, I'll go get him. If not, y'all can have him.
Hmm.
you know,
Wow.
I think, honesty in relationship is one of the most important things. If I could bring two quick biblical examples in. One example, there was a prophet named Hosea, and
Hmm.
God told him to go marry a prostitute. And, he had to check his heart because this woman had been with so many different men, but God gave Hosea a heart for this woman. Even though she
Mm.
was going back and doing it, his heart was in this woman.
Hmm.
Another example was King David, who had he fell in love with Bathsheba, but Bathsheba had a husband who was an
Uriah.
infantry man on the front
Hmm.
line in the war, and King David was the king.
Had
And
his
in
kid.
that situation, King David had the infantryman killed, and he ended up marrying Bathsheba,
Bathsheba.
and Christ came through the lineage
Land
of
of David.
David and Bathsheba.
This is
David had
true.
9 other wives. Christ didn't come through that lineage. He came through the
Can't
lineage
do
of
that one.
David and Bathsheba. So it looks like those two was destined to be together.
So
Now
are you
David could
saying?
have said, nah, because she's married to this soldier, this
Soldier.
infantryman, and I'm the king. The problem could have been she settled long before she met David for infantryman, where
Ooh, you
God was
preaching good
preparing
now.
for her to
Oh,
be
you
with the
preaching
king.
now.
Yeah,
You
God was
preaching.
preparing for her to be with the king. So in certain relationships, we got to say, wait a minute, does God want me to be with this woman? Is this
Or you
something I see a little bit more here? Because ordinarily, I wouldn't touch this woman. She a prostitute. She been with everybody. I wouldn't touch this woman. But you could be around 500 women, and for some reason, this one got your attention. The question is, she got your attention, and if she comes to you and say, I've been a prostitute, I'm a harlot, my life is crazy, I
It's
didn't
called
slept
the
with
whole
everybody
now.
on the football team, but that's over. It's over. And I love you. If she tells you that, you don't find it out from your partners. You find it out from her. Can you rock with that?
Preach, preacher.
So
I said,
you
can you rock with it?
you preach that pretty good.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
God,
You know,
I want to say this. God may ordain some folks to be together. But I tell you what, if one of my homegirls think they sliding up on my husband, they better be prepared to meet God, because it is going down, brother. God going.
Absolutely.
listen,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and if
That was
God,
a good message there.
that was a great message.
That
Yeah.
All
was.
I'm
Yes,
saying to
it
that
was.
is,
But
if
nobody
God
been
want,
up in here talking about God told them
Yeah.
that.
if
Yeah,
God,
no.
if God want me to marry the prostitute, he gonna have to, he gonna have to walk up with her,
And give her away.
and he's gonna have to give her away to me to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
look,
yeah, yeah.
bro,
You know what?
listen, this the one.
Right, right, right. But it's crazy though. I know a lot of guys that I
You
went.
made a point though. That you just threw me off with that, bro. That was
Right,
Yeah.
great.
for real, for real. So I want to finish on that. I know a lot of guys who I went to school with. They married prostitutes. Well, I don't want to say prostitutes. They
Hoes. They
married.
used to call them
They
whores, but
married
now
the
it's just
seasoned
oh.
girls.
Yeah.
They married the female that slept with everybody on the football team, the basketball team, and the baseball team, and they married her. I know guys who married strippers. So it's men when we're ready to get married, or when we see that one, that's who we
Yeah,
marry.
that's the one.
That's
That's
the
that
one.
need. That's that something within her
That's
that
that
he
one.
sees.
That's that
Yeah.
one.
I
You know.
I try not to judge women anyway, because the
Yeah.
way I
Right.
look at it is, I would want her to look at me the same way. I would look at her the same way I would want her to look at me. I'm no saint. Uh, of course, I'm not going into marriage as a virgin, but
Right.
I am.
out of respect, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with my wife. I'm not, but out of respect for who you are
Yeah.
and my feelings towards you, every person has that one person that makes them change.
Yeah.
So even though I
Yeah.
might have had an appetite for other women, if it calls for monogamy and I want to get married, then my appetite is being fulfilled by you, and you have nothing to worry about.
Wow. That's good. That's
Napalm.
good.
How
What up?
old are you? How old are you, Napalm?
I'm 33.
You 33. Have you
33.
ran across that one woman, and you're not with her now, that you said, "Damn, that was the one. I could."
Yeah, I messed up. I messed up with one. I got,
Yeah.
they call it what they call it on that movie, Hot Tub Time Machine, the Great White Buffalo. They call it the one that got away.
The one that
Oh,
got away. Yeah.
The one that got away. That they whispered. They be like the Great White Buffalo. That scene in the movie.
the
Right.
I
great
definitely
white
have one.
buffalo.
I have one. I might have a couple, but I know one for sure where we're not together. Still great friends. I'm pretty sure it's probably hard for any ex that she has, because we like honestly talk about everything. But um, it's funny. I don't know if you guys ever heard the Usher song "You Make Me Want to Leave the One I'm With"
Yeah.
to start a
Oh,
new
Start a new
relationship.
yeah.
relationship.
She's that ex for me. It's like I'll call her about other girls when we going and having problems, and she'll
Nope.
literally talk me through it like on a friend level.
And that's
On
your
like,
best
hey, look,
friend. That's your best friend right there.
you get what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
So we've
Yeah.
That's
never
a whole
lost
nother
that
topic.
friendship, even
Yeah.
after our relationship. And I know it bothers some women I'm with sometimes,
But
but
Yeah.
but that's the one you can't talk to. That's the one you got to get rid of. You can't,
Yeah.
because
no,
that's your
I
best friend, because you're gonna end up messing around with your best friend because of your woman. I mean,
no
over your
honestly,
woman.
So if your
honestly,
woman requests you to, if your woman requests you to get rid of that best friend, Steve, you saying you should do that with no hesitation. You shouldn't fight for that old friend. This is my old friend. We call each other. What you're saying, you should get rid of that old friend immediately upon
No,
finding the one you want.
I say you can't. You can't get rid of your friend who's been there from day one. You know,
yeah.
Then marry that
you
friend.
can't, huh? Yeah.
Marry
You
that
can't get
friend.
rid of you can't get rid of your friend, your
Yeah.
best friend or your best friends. I mean, that's hard because if your woman said, "Yo, you can't kick it with them no more," it's like
You
I
know
know
what,
from a
Steve?
man, that's hard. That's
Now,
hard.
This
Now
needs
you
to be
got
a
to
whole
choose.
topic.
Yeah, that's a
if
whole
I'm,
nother
go
topic.
ahead.
Yeah.
But
We're,
if you're an honest person and you're a good person and I refer to a lot of women as sweetie to keep from remembering their name. So I might say sweetie this, sweetie this. Some people may get offended with that. It's an honest compliment, to be able to be an honest person where you can trust me to take your woman to the airport and nothing's gonna take place. If you go out of town, I'll check your house and nothing's going to take place. We may have very few friends that we can do that with, but that's a beautiful thing where you can have partners around you and you can trust you with your woman. Your woman can have a bad history. She might was a stripper, but because she talked to you and y'all communicated, you didn't hear it from the streets, where you trust this woman now 100%. I bet a whole lot of brothers have fell in love with strippers, and if the strippers came down from the pole and said they would marry them, a lot of them brothers would get married quickly.
Hey, listen, strippers, dancers, we'll say,
Jansen.
are dancers are very special people. I have not met too many of them that are not highly intelligent or very business savvy or actually like very nurturing. So I can see why people would marry a stripper. It's just that's their line of work. You get what I'm
You
saying?
just
That's
like the
their
way
hustle.
they twerk.
Nah, but
That's
listen,
the
a lot.
that's the line of work.
Listen,
Look,
They,
it's
they,
good.
let, they let you see the whole package, and you
Pop,
can make up your mind tonight.
Papa Steve,
Oh
Papa
my
Steve,
God.
Papa
Look,
Steve. You know, you've been around me a little bit. You know, I got a little bit of rock star in me.
Right.
I
You
had a stripper give me my money back.
Get
You
out
what?
of here.
I
What?
had a
Who
stripper.
heard the
I
game? What was that about?
I
See,
had a
y'all bringing whole other topics in. We should
yeah,
make
yeah,
these
yeah.
topics next week. She
for
gave
Oh,
your
real.
money
okay.
back, huh?
She gave me my money back. She was like, "Listen, I'm not even gonna take your money. I would much rather like this not be a transaction." And I was like, that was the first time I ever felt like, oh, I might have a little bit of game. If I got a stripper giving me my money back, like, let's not make our relationship transactional. I said, say less.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Well, you
Hey,
know what? They need to fire her.
yeah.
But I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Hey, Regina Coates said Kim Kardashian is doing pretty well with the ballers. She gets around. She gets around. That's a whole nother story too, because
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the people she
I
done
think
been with.
I think it's hard once you get all that extra inside your spirit, inside your body. It's hard to eliminate that and detox and now be ready to give yourself to somebody honest and true. A lot of women have seen games played on them, their uncles playing games on women, their brothers and cousins. So their mind is kind of messed up, and it's difficult to go into a relationship 100% honest. I'm saying wherever we find ourselves, good or bad, if I fell in love with your ex-wife, I didn't know you was your ex-wife, I should be able to say, we got to go talk to Steve. Okay. I didn't
yeah.
realize this. Steve is a good friend of mine. Me and you together, we're going to have to go talk to him and state our case. Even if I was your partner and I'm seeing y'all together and for whatever reason y'all break up and I fell in love, I think we both then should come to you and state our case. And if we're honest people, we good people, we honest, we're not conniving and get over. And, and a lot of us maybe were when we were young, we playboys, and you've seen that. But if I'm not that no more, and I can say, Steve, I really love her. Ain't no games. I'm going to take care of her. I'm going to look out for her. It ain't no games, brother. But I need your blessing as a friend, or I'm not going to do this. You are my friend. I'm not going to do this if I don't get your blessings.
Yeah,
Well,
Gail
you
says
know
truth.
what?
At this point, do you need my blessing? Y'all already
They
coming to me.
already done decided what they're gonna do.
You already decided what you're gonna do. So it ain't no turning back from this point. I think at this point, huh?
Absolutely. If she is my wife, if y'all were married, in those situations, I need your blessing, brother. If y'all wasn't married, then maybe not. If you're my friend, y'all were married, even though before I take it to that level, I've got to have you at least. I don't want to jeopardize your friendship to get this either. But if I can get the blessings of everybody, that's what I'm gonna be looking for.
You know what? I think that's a selfish person that say, I want to get the blessing because they want to feel content within themselves at what they're doing. They ain't getting no blessing from me. They better not show up at my house with my husband talking about they want my blessing, because he would already know how I get down. So he wouldn't show up. And if she was my friend, she would know to get down too. They wouldn't show up in my house. That wouldn't work.
You kept the case.
Not to look at situations entertainment, but what Jada went through with Will and that young brother, if Will was trusting them to go off, protect my wife, not to have an affair with her, protect her, look out for her, you the man, I'm not there, I can't go on that vacation, and they have a little entanglement going on. Was that the proper way for them to handle that and have an honest conversation? I'm sure Will didn't give them the blessings to go off and sleep together.
Well,
it didn't look like that.
I think it's different because Will never looked at the other person involved in the entanglement. I'm gonna watch what I say just in case this get posted.
Yes,
and we are in the music industry. I don't want nobody talking about.
Yeah, you
actually, I'm gonna say it because I don't care. At this point, y'all shouldn't be acting wild behind closed doors.
Right.
For nobody to know.
Yeah.
He never looked at August Alsina as an equal. He looked at him as a son.
Yeah.
So therefore, I think his beef was never really with August. It was really with Jada. Because it's like, how could you have an entanglement with him?
With a kid.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at him like a son, and you looking at him like
fun.
He might be the one.
Fun. He's looking like a son, and
like
she looking
young
like
and got energy.
And so they tried to make it seem like Will gave the blessings for them to go off, but it sounds like, I mean, we had partners around us. I had partners that if I can't be there with my family, man, I deem you to be there. Look out, y'all can go hang out, but I'm not expecting them to get in no entanglement. I'm giving you the blessings to watch my back.
Yeah,
but watch her back.
I would.
He was watching your back. He was watching her backside.
Yeah, I said not watch her back. Watch my back, not wash her back.
Watch her back. I hear you.
Watch her back.
Guys, it looks like we are out of time. We actually went over.
We over. We ate over.
We actually went overtime, and so that's our show for the night. But the dynamic was on. I like the perspectives. We got to come back and have a part 2 to the other stuff you was talking about.
Part 2. Hey, James, bruh, come on, man. I got to have you back because
absolutely.
So you have so much knowledge, and we can learn from you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shoot, I want to have you back quick as next week, bro, because we got to keep it going with you until we run out, because your wealth of knowledge is awesome, and you haven't even touched. And people don't know you like I know you. Absolutely. You haven't even touched on a little bit. So before we go, what topic would you like to talk about? You had emailed me a topic, but I said, not right now. We're gonna have her on here. It was what was it about you spoke on?
There's a young lady on the internet who her thing is, since Black people, so many single mothers that's having these single sons in Chicago and these cities, and we're shooting and killing each other. Her solution is there's nothing good, no Black men coming out of a Black woman. And this is a Black woman. And her thing is, mothers, when you find out that you have a Black son, you should abort that Black son. That's the solution to the killings, the shootings, to when a mother is a single mother. If you're a single mother and you find out you got a Black son, Cynthia G, she probably has 120 million views on her site, Cynthia G, and she strongly stands up. Black boys should be aborted in the womb because they come out and they are a menace to society in every city across the country. She said, what have Black men done good since the 60s? And so therefore all Black boys should be aborted. She's an attractive lady. She's articulate. She's got a degree from Yale, and that's her position.
She's colonial minded.
Yes.
I
She's
gotta be
lost.
on this topic. She's
Yes.
lost.
She's
She's lost.
lost. She's lost.
This
So
is
we
a
might.
lot of followers. So I guess the
She
question
not,
is, why would black women hate black men so much to where they would want their babies? And I get it. A lot of black women have been abused. And we as black men, some of us have done that abusing. Men have abused women. Some women can say, I don't want to have nothing to do with a man. Even if God is a man, I don't want to have nothing to do with God because God is a man. If a
These are
woman has been
these are
abused
crazy
by her
women.
cousins, her uncles, her father, I could understand her having that opinion. I could understand it, but we
she's speaking from a
cannot
defense
come to
mechanism.
that conclusion.
It sounds like she's speaking from a defense mechanism, because that
Yeah,
that that can't be
Yeah.
that can't be.
She's got women that's chiming in with her that agree with her on that. So we do have a crisis
Of
in
course,
the nation. So
because
even with this show, as we entertain that conversation, if she would come on, it would be a beautiful conversation.
if she would come
Oh,
on,
If she would come on the show,
yeah.
she's internet savvy. If you reach out to her, she may come on the show, and she's not ashamed of her views. And you can look her up. Her name is Cynthia G.
well,
And I think, we need to really have a conversation with her. There's a couple of others, and that's the major issue, Steve. I think,
Right.
why
Okay.
does black women have a right to come with that type of conclusion? They may have been hurt by men and black men.
that's a
Right.
colonized mindset.
That's a man. That's a.
That
I don't
that
know. I don't know. The more I hear it, I'm like, I don't know if she can be on this show because
that
man,
ain't the-
she got
that,
problems. She got problems. But
Yeah.
let me move on before we go there. Hey, Nate
Uh-huh.
Dog. I call him Nate Dog. Nate Palm. Hey, dude, you're fired, bro.
I
You
appreciate it.
fired. And thank you for coming on. You saved me because I hit him like an hour before. Nate, I need you on. Nate popped on. He was coming from a football game. Ladies and gentlemen, he's sitting in his car right now. You know what I'm saying? I got an NFL player a former NFL player sitting in his car on the show right now.
Beautiful.
Bruh, you just don't know, man. See, what we do as athletes, we try to help each other out. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
So what I can do for him is what I do. And what he do for me, he just saved me. You're my hero, bruh. And you have that young wisdom. Man, we need to hear from you. He's also sings in the NFL Players Choir with us. He does concerts. I'm talking about you'll see him on the stage with R. Kelly. Well, R. Kelly in jail, but you
No,
name
not R. Kelly.
not R. Kelly, but big time. I mean, where can we Google you or YouTube you and watch your shows?
Nathan Palmer, anywhere on Google, a lot of stuff will probably pop up. Depending on where you at, depending on what your spiritual status is. Some of it you might like, some of it you might not.
Right.
But Nathan Palmer or at Real Napalm on any social media is where you can find me. I appreciate you for having me on the show. Like, I really like getting on the Dr. Love. I like talking about this too.
Right.
Like all these situations, these things.
It's just the timing thing too. I know you'll be on there if you're not busy. So,
oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff I'll make time for it too, because I also believe in more conversations need to happen. We need to converse more as people, and I think the podcasting, everything is a great way because now you get to see more of how people think versus just see their talent or what they do in life. You get to actually hear how people think, and I think even going to what Mr. Cannon said. Even this lady that has her viewpoints, I think now is the time for her to state what it is, that she feels, because people are willing to listen. And there are some other women out there that probably feel like she does. So I think, her coming on a platform like this would be great. Now, do I feel like she'll get ate alive? Yeah. If you put another strong black woman up like we have the queen tonight, I think she might have to come with some very strong bullet points in order to persuade the other black women that I know.
Oh, she'll never persuade me of killing the black man. That's ridiculous. I'm 100% black. Ain't no cut. None of that running around denigrating black men. I'm for black people 100%. And what this lady's talking about is self-hate.
And listen, and I'm gonna say this. I can't stand by that statement only because I know great examples of young black men, some in my family, who have been raised by a single mother. And she
Right.
did a great job of raising them not to be out here shooting,
Yeah.
stealing, robbing, killing, carrying guns, driving all kinds of crazy cars, doing like my little cousin just he left one school playing football, went to another because he got an all academic scholarship.
Wow.
So like he left playing a sport, something that we normally are known for as black young men, and was like, nah, I watched you go to the league, and I appreciate, or cousin, I appreciate you going there, but I would much rather be the person helping you figure out what to do after football.
Mm.
It's how he's thinking now, right?
Yeah.
These are the black men that are raised by a single black mother.
Right.
So
And we can't
to
blame single black mothers. We got to blame society. What created these conditions? We can't blame the victim of what's happening in society. We have to deal with society for why the people are in this predicament. So
I
I
think
just don't.
the solution that we have is stop taking God out of things.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Take God out
allowed
of
the
it.
world to take God out of almost everything. People don't talk about God as much as we used to. They don't say the name Yahweh anymore. We
No.
say in the universe. We
Oh,
saying things like
right.
that. You listen to the radio, it's demon
Yeah.
time.
Right.
It's I'm on this, I'm on. We've taken God completely out. That's why
Right.
we see evil. That's why we see in our environment, these kids are stuck in an environment. They're traumatized all day looking at their phones, looking
Yeah.
at videos. They idolize people that are literally doing everything but what we need them to be doing as far as examples for our young black men. But
Right.
we still idolize that, and we only talk about that, and we lift that up, and we put money behind that. We
Right.
market. So it's not the black women. The black women can't you you playing God and taking a life of a child that belongs
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. That makes no sense. And they didn't make a
That
child
makes
by
no
themselves.
sense to me.
But
You
we
That
know,
we
makes no
that's a
sense.
whole nother show.
you know,
Yeah, it is.
one question for another show too, around that subject. And people may disagree with me, and I would say if a woman was to say, "I want to have 10 babies by 10 different men," we would look at her like she was crazy. But if she said, "My plan is," and y'all might appreciate this, playing, ball, but my plan is I'm gonna raise these 10 boys where they go to church, where they're good citizens, and they get in the NFL. I'm gonna be careful of the men I get pregnant with, big old strong looking NFL brothers. I'm gonna have 10 babies by myself. I'm gonna get all of my sons in the NFL. Now, if she said that starting out, we would call her crazy. But if she did it, she got all of her sons in the NFL. They all go to church. They're good citizens. We would call her the mother of the year.
Mm.
I'm saying if that was her plan and she executed it for whatever reason, a mother say, "I'm gonna have 10 babies with one man and get all of them in the NFL, show them how to make money, show them how to use their money." We would call her the mother of the year. The point is, if you got a plan, if the ladies have a plan, if that's their plan,
Right.
okay,
That's like the plan for Venus and Serena's dad. He had a plan for
your
him,
plan.
and he fulfilled it.
Absolutely.
So Mr. Cannon,
Somebody said
Mr.
no, that's her prerogative.
so
That ain't her plan. That's her
Mr.
prerogative.
Cannon,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Cannon, can I ask you a personal question?
Yes,
We
sir.
go way back. Okay.
Was that your plan?
No. Was that your plan for Nick?
I knew you was going there. That's
Hey,
just
I didn't want to say it. I was gonna be like, bro, she sounded like she should have been with your son.
No, I think, and y'all can
You a
appreciate this too.
you a granddaddy how many times?
We can appreciate this. Y'all can appreciate this. You probably can appreciate all the money as football players y'all spend on foolishness, bling bling, buying, making it rain. I would rather these entertainers and athletes, and I tell my son, make as much money as you can, have as many children as you can. Whether that's with one woman or more, because those children are going to be there for you. That house is not, that bling bling is not, all that extra. If an entertainer says, I'm going to put my money in children, that's my plan. I can't see who we're going to fall in love with and have, my mother was together till my dad died. My grandmother was together. I would say get one wife, have as many children as possible. But if you celebrities like y'all were, where you're traveling all over the country, you're meeting incredible women, make as much money as you can and put that money into children and whatever that means to you.
Nick, James, I so much feel you, because every time my daughter comes to me, she'll say, Nick is having another baby. And this is, I promise you, this is what I tell her. I said, I wish I was Nick. I said, you guys don't even understand. I wish I had so many more kids. I'm saying, because at the end of the day, they're the only ones that's going to be around.
Yeah.
Are those kids. I have 4 of my own, and man, I wish I had like 20 of them for real, man.
Man,
I have 5 sons. I wish I would have had 5 daughters as well, because our grandparents had large families. The kids grow up so quickly. So that's what I learned, if you invest in these kids, Steve, the people that invested in Pop Warner and us, if they didn't bust us off in San Diego, if they didn't bust us off in Southeast San Diego to all those white schools,
exactly.
What Lincoln would have did with all that talent in San Diego, those kids, man, it would have been a phenomenon. It would be crazy, man.
Yes.
The talent that's inside the kids. God told me in 1985, if we spend our life trying to make the kids successful, then they will become successful and so will we. But if I spend my life, I'm just trying to become successful, I will become a failure and so will my children.
Right.
I got my children in mind, my posterity in mind. The devil's going to come after me. If he can't get me, he's going to get my children. If he can't get my children, he's going to get our grandchildren. So as grandfathers, we got to think about our grandchildren, because the devil's going to come. If he didn't make headlines and embarrass the family with Steve or with your sons, he coming after your grandchildren.
Yeah.
So we got to cover our whole family all the way down.
All the way. We got to support each other.
Blessing.
So let's go. Toshua, go ahead. Tell them where we can find you, because we got to get out of here. We
got to get out of here.
Over, man. But before you go, we got to have you guys back. Both of y'all back.
Absolutely.
I know I can get you anytime, Nate. We gotta have you back next week, bro. Because we got another topic. We only talked about one topic. We got to go to another topic with you. So we're going to rerun this next week. All right?
Beautiful.
Okay, go ahead, Toshua. Close it out.
All right. I'm Toshua, your social scientist and owner of Brows by Tosh. You can book an appointment or come see me, get your brows done, ombre powder brows at browsbytosh.com. Have a good night.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. We're going to see y'all next Friday at 7 p.m.
Beautiful.
Deuces. Don't hang up, y'all. Don't hang up.
Backstage.
The real show.